After yesterday's little heated debate between Majid and Ali, and I believe that it deserved a full program on this, a full show on this, the topic itself. So I'm going to name the topic Glazers out and Manchester United squad under Glazers, the current squad under Glazers. What is their fate? Manchester United current squad under Glazers, what is the fate? If the Glazers stay, what would be the fate of the squad?
I think let Muzzy take that one first. He's not spoken yet.
Yeah. Go on, Alex. What do you think?
So what we'll do? Glazers out. We'll do that as topic B. Topic A is Manchester United squad under Glazers. What is the squad's fate if Glazers stay there?
And then Muzzy.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
You woke up.
Glazers staying there. I got no hate for United finishing in top 4.
Top 4.
No.
Yesterday, I don't know if you saw the heated debate from between Ali and Majid, and Ali was so emotional about it. I don't know if he was passionate about it, but he was emotional about it. That he wants United to be relegated into the Championship so the Glazers can be kicked out.
No, I don't think they're gonna get relegated, but we'll make the top 4.
No, it's not like relegated. He wants Man United to be relegated.
Yeah, I know, but they're too good to get relegated.
So you're saying with the current squad,
yeah,
add 1 or 2 transfers if any come. With the current squad, with Glazers being there,
and take the 2 holding midfielders out and Maguire out.
No. With the current squad, what they got right now, and whatever transfer happens, or that that's happening right now, what is the fate of United? They got Liverpool next.
I think Liverpool will walk all over them. Simple as.
We were discussing what was their 4 matches again? It was Liverpool, Southampton.
It's Liverpool, Southampton, Leicester, and Arsenal. I think it is.
And Arsenal. Yeah. That's 4 matches there.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I myself said that United will lose all 4 games.
Yeah, in fact, to me, I said if United get a draw out of any of them, that's equal to a win. In that sense,
that's a hard game. Hard 4 games.
And if you want to add the 5th game, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that's.
And bear in mind, Crystal Palace have got the top 5 teams right now, or as in from last year, coming in the next 4 games, and I feel they got a better chance to win in one of those 4 games. They may not go in the whole 4.
Yeah.
Plus, they got a top manager as well. When you're a former midfielder,
who's at home?
It translates to behind the manager. You see both sides of the game, both defense and attacking. So to have Vieira at that club, as opposed to having Roy Hodgson, who at first was more worried about playing boring, trying to not concede too many goals. If you're a Crystal Palace fan, it's exciting times. Plus, they got great young players as well.
Roy was brought in just to keep Palace up.
Basically,
yeah. Stabilize the team. Not much finances.
Yeah, Hodgson didn't really care.
Transfer market. Yeah.
Okay, Ali. Yesterday you was pretty emotional on this topic.
Yeah.
You had a lot to say about this. A lot of our viewers, if you missed it, please go back.
He had a lot of pieces to eat as well.
And you had Banjo Gate as well.
You've heard what Muzzy has said, that they won't get relegated. They're too good for that. They probably will lose against Liverpool. Liverpool walk all over them. But as I said, as a heading, Man United and the Glazers with the current squad. If you want to continue on from yesterday, or if you want to make any further
To be
comments.
honest, I mean, to be honest, the only thing I can see is relegation. That's the only way. None of these players, they can't work together. Regardless if one man says pass to Ronaldo, Ronaldo get your goals. First, get the ball to Ronaldo. If you can't get the ball to Ronaldo, if opposition's got the ball every time, how are you going to expect Ronaldo to score? How are you expecting this United team to build confidence, especially with these two hammerings? And you can definitely guarantee that we're going to get hammered by Liverpool. And on top of that, what you think we're going to recover? Regardless of whatever game it is, if one person's up for the game, you need the whole other 10 people to get up for the game, not just one person, right? The whole team doesn't play together. There's individuals, there's friends, people don't like each other, all these stories coming out. Ronaldo sits in canteen, eats by himself. Like, what's all this? That's not a team. That's individuals. We are an individual club. We've got individuals who can shine at one moment, that's it. They can't work as a team. Yes, pre-season we worked as a team. We played all that good football that Ten Hag knows, but they've not been able to replicate it on the pitch in the Premier League. So that's from my point of view.
If you were the manager, would you keep Harry Maguire as the captain? Because
Nope,
people
I
talk
wouldn't.
about that when Ronaldo came, they should have gave the captain armband to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo being there kind of
Personally-
impacted Maguire.
Personally, I don't think you should give it to Ronaldo anyway. I think
Yeah.
De Gea should give it because he's the longest reigning United player there is
Yeah,
on that field since Alex Ferguson left.
that's a good
He's
point.
still the only one left. Yeah, he's seen it. He's won the Premier League, all of them, apart from Ronaldo. But what I'm trying to say is, Maguire, I just reckon there's some contract dealing that they have to keep playing him. One, because he's 80 million. Two, because he's English. I don't think the Glazers are telling these managers you're not allowed to play these people. You have to play him. Because why would
That's a good point.
Ranić play him? And Ranić knows, he openly said that this team is rubbish. And then all of a sudden, Ten Hag's doing it as well. When you got a World Cup winner, 4-time Champions League winner, sat on the bench. Just
Yeah.
sat there.
See, for me, then, at least,
That's a good point there, Ali, which you picked up there.
I can understand you bring Martinez in, yeah, because it's his first thing, you play him. But then you got some guy who's won everything there is, international and club level, on the bench, and then you got one guy who just got promotion with Hull, and he's our club captain. He's our only club captain that's got us to like 6-7 hammerings. And apart from that, and this is why some people sometimes blame Ronaldo because of him. That's why we're playing shit. Ronaldo didn't play that City game last season. Our players were walking on the pitch. They weren't running. They weren't trying for the ball. Who was playing? Maguire, everyone. They had no one to blame. At least with De Gea, when Brentford, he openly said, "Look, it's my fault." But every time we got hammering, what they used to say, "Oh, we're sorry for the fans. We know we were trying for the fans." They ain't trying for nothing. They weren't trying for this manager, regardless of how much Ten Hag would do for him. He's not going to get the best out of him. Mourinho didn't. Oli didn't.
But didn't
Ranić
they say
didn't.
in May we're gonna have a rebuild? I remember like before the season even got into
Bro,
preseason, they were like, we're gonna have a rebuild.
That
There's no
rebuild's
signing.
gonna happen when your kids get married.
No, but the thing is, what
But
I'm
there's
so
no
surprised
rebuild.
was they spoke about it like we're gonna rebuild. If you go on like Twitter, or like
Yeah,
the
no,
local-
I understand that.
Matt
There's all
is
talk
this,
here,
they're
but
all out. We're gonna bring in this.
They
we're gonna
had
bring in
3
that.
months to rebuild.
Yeah,
exactly,
like,
they
it's
had 3
weird.
months before Ten Hag came in. After
But-
Ajax won the league, Ten Hag came in, gave him a list, go do it. He went on holiday for a month, come back. Nothing
So did
happened.
Van Dijk. He gave me a list to the board, but they said none of the
Nothing's
players.
happening.
I
So-
think
and now-
Ralph
and
Ralph
now-
Rangnick gave them a plan that they didn't want to follow.
And now,
And I think that's
what's
why
funny
he
now
went.
is, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is wanting to buy United now. Glazers are shitting themselves now because now
Yeah.
we're linked to every person. 135 mil. Where's that come from? We bid it for Felix today, recently. Where's that money come from? Why are they not spending that money on a
If
player
they
like
had
Anthony?
bidded for him about a month and a half ago, they probably would have got him for about 90 odd million.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They could have got loads of players cheaper.
Yeah,
but
it's
no,
panic buying
what
now,
were they
isn't it?
doing? They put all
So-
their eggs in one basket in De Jong and left it like that.
So
I
okay
mean,
then. Okay, so you're talking about. I just want to touch back on the captaincy just quickly. Minus Ronaldo.
Majid,
Yeah.
sorry. As
Go
we
on.
on that line, I just want to quickly add something here. Ali, then Margin, I'll give it to you back. So I'm sorry.
That's
Remember
right.
Ali? Do you know daytime? I put something up on WhatsApp. Where is it? Okay, it's not here. I've deleted it. It was about Pulisic. Man United
Yeah.
wanting him on loan.
On loan,
I
yeah.
personally believe. Don't you think that's a bit of they should feel ashamed of themselves, but Manchester United that
That's what I'm saying.
they're
What's
going for
Pulisic
loans.
gonna do?
No, but what I'm saying is,
He's not the solution.
it's embarrassing that we have to go to our rivals to get their players, especially on loan. This guy can't get a starting 11. Why are we trying to loan this guy?
But to
We
be
should be
fair,
going
you
for
notice
top
a lot
players.
of clubs do that nowadays. A lot of big, like look at Juventus and Bayern. The amount of loans they be doing.
Yeah,
like,
but
if
that's
a
two
top
different
player
leagues.
is
That's
not
two
getting
different leagues.
first team
This is Premier
football,
League.
I
This is Premier
myself,
League.
don't want to pay their wages. So
listen,
I
What?
rather
This is Premier
we'll
League.
pay those wages. We'll take
listen,
you on loan.
I myself, like you guys are more knowledgeable than me. Yeah, I'm here to learn from you guys. But from the news when I read it today, right? I believe United are now just begging.
Yeah, they are.
And
They're begging.
I
and
think
where's
they're
that begging
on
come
their
from?
knees.
Where's that
they're
begging
on
come
their
from? That's
knees
come from the
begging.
Glazers. That's all come from the Glazers because the
Bro.
fans are frustrated. They're all on social media. They're trying to put this positive story out that we're trying to sign this player. Everyone,
Yeah,
look at all the
Arnautovic.
comments. Everyone's hating it. Now, like I was saying, where's all this money's come from? Instantly overnight. And
Well,
plus,
they're
you're
rich
targeting the wrong
anyways.
players.
They're-
Ten
Well,
Hag doesn't
don't
want these players.
Don't forget the Pulisic. Isn't the one that he came from Inter Milan to Chelsea, yeah?
You know, he comes from
No.
Dortmund.
But Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Pulisic, American one.
He's so hyped.
No,
up
not
to a point
Perisic.
that they call him the LeBron James of football.
Pulisic. He came from Dortmund. He's American.
Okay, before Dortmund, where did he come from?
America.
Okay, I'm getting coming someone else. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you
Okay
got
then.
about Perisic.
So yeah, I'm
You're
about
talking
it now.
about
Sorry, I
midfielder,
got mixed up. Yeah,
the different
yeah, that's
midfielder.
fine.
But the
So-
thing is,
So from a Chelsea point of view, Dan, Mo, as you're the Chelsea, you're the Chelsea fan, right? Don't having Man United there. How do you feel about player like Pulisic going to United?
but Pulisic is there. Look on his wallpaper. He's there on his right.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you want my personal opinion, I think basically let him go. He hasn't done anything at Chelsea. What has he done since his cup? He's either been injured or he's been as a sub.
Plus, what
He hasn't-
difference is his skill set to Rashford? If you think about it, they kind of play the same. Like they're just fast wingers that try to get. Like United need playmakers. They need guys to create chances. They need guys to dictate the game, like a Paul Scholes. You know what I mean? Like a Paul Scholes back then, he could dictate the game, find the
But
long
the thing
pass.
is, we
what I mean?
can't attract these players anymore. We can't.
That's
attract
what
these
I mean. Because you guys didn't
top
make
players
Champions
anymore.
League
The
football.
only thing that we can do is throw money at them and hope that they'll come
Look,
for the money.
These new world class players, if you notice, it's not about the prestige of the club. It's okay, have they made Champions League football? Am I going to play Champions League football? That's why I think Arsenal, if Arsenal went top 4, they could have bought even more players. It's very great that they got Jesus on City, but top 4, that's why Conte, he's a very lucky man in a sense. He can say players, listen, he's won trophies in Serie A, so Champions League is very important to these players, I've realized. And a club, if they're not in the Champions League, they're going to struggle. So they need to do like what Chelsea did with Frank Lampard. When they had that transfer ban, they focused on the Premier League. They got a top 4. United should just be saying, listen, let's get rid of the players. Let's try to build some young stars, do this and do that, and try to rush for a top 4. Then we can get players coming in.
How can you get rid of these players? How can you get rid of these players when they're on big wages? They ain't gonna want to leave. They got a long contract. They got big wages. You tell me what team are gonna come for our players? You tell me who can we sell?
See, that's the
can we sign?
problem.
Who's willing to buy?
See, that's why I agree with you. That's why I think,
Maguire.
yeah.
Example,
Well,
Maguire.
that's
Who's
why I
gonna buy
think-
Maguire? United will
That's
at
why I
least
think
want 50 mil.
That's why I
gonna
think
pay 50
United
mil
is
for
in a bit of a
Maguire?
pickle. Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka, we paid 50 mil. We will probably want about 30 million from it. Who's gonna pay 30 million for Wan-Bissaka?
Palace said they're going to pay 10 million for him.
Exactly, 10 mil. who's gonna buy McTominay and Fred? Who's gonna buy him? No one.
Yeah.
Because look, even the
But it goes
motor
back to what you
teams
said.
are running through him.
Yeah. It goes
I
back
think
to,
we would do a better job on the pitch than these players right now. I'll do it for free.
Yeah. But it
You know
goes
what I
back to
mean?
what you're saying about the contract that Maguire had. You need to play him. You want that. That's like Fred. People used to say to me about
Bro, but
Fred, they're just
Maguire's
trying to
been
play
in
him because they spent 50
it's the
million
third
on him.
season now, I think, or
You know what I
going
mean?
to his fourth season. But what's he done? What's he accomplished to be captain for one? And what has he accomplished in his whole career?
I think
Okay,
you look
want-
at the fact that Leicester was doing good, and he was leading that
But
team.
but
He can
Leicester,
be a solution.
but Leicester
You don't
play
understand.
a different
United got
line.
guys like Rio Ferdinand, and he came from Leeds. You know what I mean? They didn't get guys.
Yeah,
from
but
like, they
it's
probably
all-
think
it's all
we
about
can
the
bank on a
tactics.
guy like that.
Yeah,
and
but
he
look
can take us
at
to
the
promised
manager
land.
we had back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at
One
the
of the best
manager.
managers.
Look
He
at the manager
knows,
we had
innit?
then.
Yeah.
And look,
Don't
the
forget
players that now
Maguire.
we got, yeah, they're privileged. They
Mm.
think no, we're United. We know better than what the fucking manager's playing. You're telling me that this is what Ten Hag's telling him on the pitch, getting hammered 4-0, 2-1 at home, first loss. You think Ten Hag telling them to do that?
I think he's regretted taking the job now.
I personally, I think he should just resign. That would be a big statement to the whole community of United fans
Well,
and
he-
the
he-
Glazers.
He needs to have a structure.
And
He had
and
that
and the
Ajax
point that
structure
Ronaldo
that
said 2 weeks
ran the
time,
Saudi.
I'm gonna release everything. So what that means is Ronaldo, I reckon he's gonna be leaving within the next 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and then
Who wants
he's gonna tell the media everything about what's going on in United.
Who
top to
wants him,
bottom.
though? The only team to put a bid on him was a Saudi Arabian club. Like, look how far the mighty has fallen.
Bro, Ronaldo can just buy himself out of his contract
No,
if he wanted to.
No, but where can
his
he
agent
go?
said
What top
there's
club
5
wants him?
clubs who in for him.
Then why
I'm
haven't they
telling you,
signed him?
I hope he goes to Chelsea
Chelsea
because then
came
he
out
can
saying we
he
don't
can
want
give
him.
United a taste of their medicine. Because
Bayern came out
because
saying we don't
players are
want him.
saying that is Ronaldo's fault. That's why we're playing rubbish right now, right?
If
Let
I
Ronaldo go.
don't
Let
think
Ronaldo
it's- I
go.
No,
don't
but if you
think
notice
it's
about
Ronaldo's
Ronaldo,
fault.
I don't know why people are surprised. Look at Juventus. Juventus, when you play for Juventus, you look at the stats. He had the worst of his career in terms of getting the balls in the box. Like, this is I just knew even when he went to United, it was going to be the same as Juventus. He's a poacher now. He's no longer a winger.
No, but
Not
I
because
reckon at Juventus he was successful. Look
No,
at
no,
his
but
stats, it was
if you look
good.
at his stats, the amount of balls he was getting was very low compared to his time.
But
in
that's the
Juventus.
thing,
But,
though. He got a
but
little
is that his
amount,
fault though?
but he still won the league,
That
though.
was Juventus' fault. They got rid of Mandzukic. They got rid of all the
Yeah,
players.
that's what I'm
and
saying.
They
So you can't
signed
blame
new
it on
players.
Ronaldo. You
No,
can't
but
blame
what-
his stats being so poor because of his form. His form was sick. If you look
I'm
at his
saying-
individual stats,
Yeah.
even in Champions League, he was scoring goals for them.
Yeah,
It's just the
but
whole
where's
team, they weren't able to win.
age does matter as well. It kicks in. Like you
He
could,
needs
like,
someone to connect him, man. He
as
needs
you get
someone that can
older-
give him the balls.
as you get older, your genetics it's not the same as it was a few years back. And I think
You know what it is?
you can share the decline as well.
So okay, then let's get back to the idea of captaincy. Then a figurehead and a leader. Okay, and I know you got touched on that. So take out Maguire. Then you guys think he's a donkey. Take out Big Gear because I think he's done so much criticism. I don't think it'll go to him. And take out Ronaldo because he'll be leaving anyway. So I want Sabda and Muzzy to answer it if possible because obviously they're not expecting as much. Who do you feel has the ability to take that lead as a captain and go forward with the club? Who do you think? Who would you like to see as a new captain? Then
I mean, Emma's a United fan. I mean, give
oh, sorry, okay, yeah, my apologies. Yeah, Emma is my apologies, sorry, man.
let
Sorry.
him give him a chance to speak. Let's see what.
So
he's got.
yeah, so Ahmed, Sabdul or Muzzy, take that one. Who would you like to see as captain? Who do you think's got the ability to take that role? Apart from obviously Maguire, Ronaldo, and De Gea.
To be honest, none of them. No one
Yeah,
in
no,
that squad.
yeah, but other than
I
that,
can see
who
one
do you think can do it?
potential. See
Go
one
on.
potential. Rashford.
Okay.
Why
But-
Rashford?
Why not?
He's not young. He's in his mid-20s now.
Yeah,
He's
but that's
young.
not old though. That's not
Okay,
old.
it's the mid-20s. He's for you old. So what's Ronaldo then? What's
but-
Ronaldo?
but-
Granddad.
a captain is someone that you look up to. Are you honestly saying to me that these players are going to look up to Rashford? This guy's got always head down.
Actually, yeah, they would because the comeback from yesterday's point, politically, what he's done off the field, he is inspiration for
But
youngsters.
as a
that's
leader
off
as
the
well.
field, though. That's off the field, though. But we're talking about on the pitch where it matters.
Who
Yeah, but
on
this
that
is-
United squad makes a difference in every game?
Who do you believe?
Who makes that difference in every game? Who's that
I
player
reckon.
that makes
I
the
reckon
difference?
there's only one player out the rest that you've taken out. There's only one player. Simple fact. Varane should be our captain. He's the most successful person there.
How old is he? How old is Iran? How old is Iran? Sorry.
Varane's
29,
29.
30. No, he's
29.
not captain.
But-
No, I would know
So-
how
The
he's
problem
captain.
with Varane is he was partnered
So-
with Ramos, and Ramos was the
so-
captain. But I don't think he has those. He might have a bit of leadership qualities from Ramos that he learned.
No,
playing
he
the
hasn't
game.
got. He hasn't got. Listen, the guy doesn't even start. So how do you make your
Yeah,
captain?
that's weird. I don't know why he's not starting.
So you can't have
He's
him.
injured.
Why is he not starting?
Well, exactly. So how do you have his
He's
captain?
injured. He's injured.
No, he's not
No, he's
injured.
not
He just
injured.
doesn't. He just.
I'm telling you,
basically,
man.
okay,
These French
listen,
defenders,
listen, I'll
they
tell you,
can
listen,
run.
listen,
They need that
okay.
United.
Listen, you got Martinez, Varane, and Maguire. Okay, Ten Hag is not going to drop Maguire. Simple as. And you got Martinez and Varane. The reason why it's fighting Martinez, how much do we pay for him?
2 to 4 mil.
45
something
mil?
like that.
That's a
How
lot of
much?
money.
I'm
How
just
much
reading.
for-
I'm
Yeah,
just reading.
but
50
Varane
mil.
cost us 35
it's about-
mil.
50 mil, yeah.
I'm reading
But
news
Varane
here.
cost us 35.
I'm reading news here, so I don't know if you read it or not. It's saying Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag considering dropping Harry Maguire versus Liverpool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
About time.
That's the
About
best
time.
decision he's
Perfect.
made since he's got there.
listen, they said that the last game. Who's
No,
gonna
but
drop Maguire?
I reckon he gave him a second
Maguire didn't
chance.
get dropped.
And look, he flopped it.
You can't stop Maguire. He's not going to catch up with these fast wingers that
Oh, I'm
Liverpool
telling
have.
you, he's
You
gonna
need a
start-
Varane. He can
He's
run.
gonna start, man. I'm telling you. I think Martinez is gonna get dropped.
No, Martinez will start.
Well, after that 4-0 barring, I don't
Maguire
think
would
so.
But it's
be
not
effective in a
his fault that
three-man
we
pairing,
lost
but with a
4-0.
two, he's just
It's
not
all
effective, man.
individuals. We lost that because of
Nah.
individuals didn't do their job.
Maguire in a
He's
two
not- he's
cannot
not gonna
play
drop
as an elite
Maguire.
centre back. As a three, he can
Maguire
be
will
a
get
cover.
dropped.
He will.
Rannick's done it. Ollie's done it. He will get dropped.
He won't get
It's just
dropped.
that I think that I just think that they're probably told him he's got to play most of the games. But obviously, look at the situation now. The fans are furious. The Glazers, they don't know what to do. They're trying to go for anyone and everyone. And then we need some change. Ten Hag's
He's
going to put his
gonna-
reputation
he's
on
gonna-
to keep Maguire on, and we could see 8 goals
No,
again.
he's gonna stick with the same back four again.
Can
He
I?
won't
Can I?
though. Why would you stick with the
Yeah.
same back four?
That's stupid.
He will.
That
Yeah,
same
he
back
will.
four the same back four that's letting 6 goals over 2
So-
games.
He'll
Yeah,
stick.
if Liverpool win this match, what level, what next level will the fans go?
You know, it depends on
It's
depends
gonna
on
go.
the way they lose against Liverpool. It depends
Yeah,
how they lose.
I don't think
Can't
nothing's
lose
gonna happen.
5-0 like
They know-
last season.
No,
You can't
it
lose
is.
5-0.
Yeah, depends in which manner they're losing. 6-7-0 or 2
Okay, I won't go that much.
something.
But I
No,
think they
but-
know.
but
I
thing
think
is-
they know
is-
it's Liverpool. So
If
I think
you're
it can be 2-1 though, but
If you're losing 4-0 against Brentford, why can't you lose 6-7-0 against Liverpool?
no, but that's what I'm
Nah,
saying.
because-
We will
yeah,
though.
because Liverpool, they're not. No,
We will,
Liverpool,
though,
they're not playing well.
But the
Liverpool.
thing is, it doesn't have to be 6-0. It could be 2-0, but we might not even touch the ball. Liverpool might just keep passing to each other. Their possession might be 95% to 5% to us. That's a hammering, especially if you're playing at Old Trafford. Scoreline can just 5-0 would be just like a shock scoreline. They can still be 2-0 and we get dominated all over the whole pitch.
Can you see the
I
fans?
know how
walking,
midfield will
can you
get
see the
run
fans
over.
walking? Can you see the fans walking out after 80th minute if
I
Liverpool
can-
are winning?
If Liverpool are winning and they're like, so say if they're two goals up by half time, I could see like in the 60th, 70th minute, and especially if nothing's happening and Liverpool always attacking us, I could see quite a few fans leaving. But I reckon the majority will still stay there until the end of the game. But I reckon some fans will leave, or there'll be a lot of Glazers chance, and things like that happening.
But aren't they
Yeah.
gonna boycott the game apparently?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
basically, they
But the
buy
thing
tickets
is-
to get into the stadium to give Glazers money and then walk out. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
That
How
makes
can you tell me? How can you tell me you're boycotting when you're refilling the pocket that you want to stop filling? That doesn't
No,
make
but
sense.
the thing is, most of these tickets are season holder tickets. They bought they bought these tickets before these games even happened, before the past 2 games happened.
Yeah, but
But
don't
what I'm
turn up
trying to
to the
say-
game
but
then.
no,
Never,
but
never.
yeah,
Yeah, but you're
the
still
thing
paying
is,
for it.
it's-
It's not free.
yeah, no, but the thing is, look at it. This match is gonna be on TV. If most of the fans leave, it's gonna be empty stadium.
Yeah, so
It's gonna be
So
all
what?
over the media.
so
But these,
So what?
these Glazers are going nowhere. The year Mourinho left, where he had a bad season,
Basically, what-
United recorded record profits.
That's an empty stadium.
and
No one's
finances.
interested in watching the game.
Why
That's
not?
what that means.
That's what
That's what
Liverpool
that
fans
means.
watch. That's what Liverpool fans
Yeah,
watch.
but that's what I'm saying. Liverpool fans will be there only. But where's all the United fans? Where's all the home fans?
No. Minus United, other teams will watch United lose. Man City, for example, Liverpool, for example, Chelsea, for example, even Leeds United. They happily watch Man United lose. So you
Yeah,
have
but
an empty
we're talking
stadium.
about the fan base of
you
United, though. We're talking about the fan base of
who
United.
cares about
Yeah,
fan base? It doesn't matter. You still
Look,
got bad
boy-
watching it. Also, think
boycott-
about it. A lot of people said.
Okay, so if it doesn't matter, then why are the Glazers shitting themselves? Why are they trying to sign all these last minute signings? If
What-
the fans,
what last minute
if all
signings?
this fans doesn't matter, why are they shitting themselves on social media? Why are they trying to link us to everyone? You
The
tell me
thing
that
is-
now. If United fans' voice don't matter, why is all the social media everyone saying we're linked to this there? Oh, this is
Yeah.
happening now. This is happening, and now all of a sudden we're
What?
gonna get bought. People
you-
are interested
do
in
you-
buying us.
Do
You
you
tell me
honestly
that's all
think?
coincidence?
Do you honestly think this is the first time Glazers have gone through this? No, they haven't.
Because
No,
they've got, listen,
they
they've been doing
played
it
you.
since back in
You
the
know
day,
what I mean?
man.
Get me? They played you then, they'll play you again. You understand? You
no,
lot
but
are just
I
good.
don't think that's going to happen this time because
You're
now
good for
we've
young.
actually got
It's happened for 12
before,
times, 13 times.
yeah, but it's happened before, but no one's interested in buying it. Now we've
Allow
openly
it,
got
allow it.
people
Next
coming
topic.
forward saying that they want to
Next
buy
topic.
the
What
club.
do you mean no one's
Fans,
been interested?
fans will back them.
What do you mean no one's been interested? The Red Knights, when they're interested in buying you lot, huh? You
Who's
forgot
Red
about
Knights?
them.
That's
The
a
No,
Red
fan
but
group.
the thing, Glazer was not going to sell. They said
The
they're
Red
not
Knights
selling the club.
consortium.
Yeah, but if everyone's backing a new owner and no one wants them at the club, why would you still be in the club when everyone hates you? If
Because
you're the
these are
owner, like
American
Mike
owners.
Ashley example,
Brother,
look at
yo,
Newcastle. Look
these
at
yo,
Newcastle.
these are the
What
same
happened? They
owners.
forced him out.
These are the same owners. They own a team called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL, and for the
Yeah,
last
no,
20
I've already
years,
said it. I've
they
already said
were a
it.
laughing stock, but they were still
Yeah.
making money.
Yeah,
And
I've
they
already said
won the
it. I
Super
know, I
Bowl.
know, I've already
And
said
they
it.
said
It's
in
not
an
about making
interview,
money.
we're
We don't
gonna
care.
we're
We
gonna
want
sort
success on
United
the
out, but they
pitch.
didn't. These American owners don't care. Look at the Arsenal owner.
I
He
said
owns
that. They
like,
use the football clubs as a business club.
yeah, for them
That's
it's
it.
better.
But that's
They're
what I'm
Yeah,
getting
saying.
that's it.
That's not right. Ethical. That's not right. We shouldn't be a business. We
Why?
should be a football
Why?
club. What do you mean? Are we a business? Are we a
Bro,
business? Manchester
yeah,
United
we
Football
are.
their
Club is a
worst
business.
season under Mourinho, they made a record profit. They recorded record profits, even when they're
Yeah,
doing.
that record profit. Where's that gone? We've
But
got
this is
no
my
money.
point. They're
We're
the
still in
owners.
debt.
They'll do what they want.
We're
Yeah,
still
that
in
record
debt.
profit
I
has
feel
gone
for
to
you.
Glazers'
All this
pockets.
profit is
I get
bullshit.
what you mean.
Yeah, but my
Okay,
question,
okay.
my
Why
question,
does the Glazer care? As long as they get money back pocket, they
my
don't care.
question here now is that when Man United was sold to the Glazers, didn't the board then think about who they're selling it to?
Nah, because back then the football was still going through its phases of having real like look at them like the market, even the market now is so diluted. Like back then they were just thinking, yeah, it's a big club. But nowadays you can make so much money being a big club, man, compared to being.
So this here, sorry, I do apologize if you cut me
That's
down.
good. Go ahead, bro.
So as you guys can see here now, yeah, you guys can see this, right? This is from May to this year, right? May this year it came out, okay? You can see here now, the valuation of Man United has gone up by 10% in the last year. The club is now valued 4.6 billion. Revenue is 663 million, and operating income is 128 million a year. That means they're making more on top of what they're spending. So you tell me now, Ali, as you're the man who's saying, they need to be bought out. They need to be bought out. On what basis are they going to sell their club cheap?
Who's going to pay that?
No, but
Who's going to pay that?
We're not going to say that they're going to sell it cheap. I'm told you it's going to take about 6-7 billion to buy the club.
No,
but what I'm saying is all this revenue means nothing, because one, you got to take fact all the wages that they're paying out on high wages. How much? We've probably got 20 million a month on wages.
But they're making money. They're making £120 after all costs.
Yeah, if we're making money, so where's the money being spent? Where is the money then?
Well, this
if
is
we're
the problem.
making money, where is the money?
Going to Glazers' pockets.
But you know what?
That's what I'm saying. That's not right.
The club though. United's very. If you look, they haven't developed their stadium in years. They got the same like they need to make a lot of improvements for any owner to say, "Wow, look at that stadium's be redeveloped. Look at this and look at that." Like United, they need to make a lot. I think, but it goes back to the owners, isn't it? Like I get what you mean, bro.
Listen, the owners don't care about Man United. They don't care about what they do in the league. As long as they stay up, as long as they're on top table, it's just all about money to them. You know what I mean? I know as a United fan, it's rubbish for us. Obviously, win trophy, whatever. To Glazers, they don't care. As long as they're making profit at the end of the year, tax, whatever, they're laughing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and they got yes men in the back as well. The backroom staff are just yes men.
Exactly.
How long can this go on for? So you're telling me
it's been going on for the last 17. It's been going on for the last 17 years. It can go on for next 50 years.
And will it?
I reckon this year's the year that's change is gonna happen. Because like I said, the previous years, we never had people come out and say that we're going to buy the club. But now we've got people saying that we actually want to buy the club. Regardless if the Glazers want to sell or not, there's offers down the table. And if the fans are getting hostile towards the Glazers, why would you still want to be in that environment? You rather just sell up now, make your profit, and then the money, the debt there, they won't be able to pay for it. The new owners will pay for the debt.
The Super League happened.
It's a win-win situation for them.
The fans went hostile, and then what happened then? Nothing happened.
But let me ask Ellie and Safta, Ahmed and Muzzy this question. If you're trying to tell someone who's like, okay, I want to know about this United squad, and they say, what's the culture like there? How do you describe the culture of Manchester United in 2022?
All players, just bunch of egos, just play for themselves. They just don't care anymore.
They're all worried
happy.
about their
They're
social
just
media
happy. They're
followers
just happy they get
and
paid
all their
weekly
statuses
wage.
themselves.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen, social media. It's
Well, it
corrupted
is.
all. The thing is, a lot of these players now, they've become custodial basically. Why? Because as soon as a manager says anything to them, they have like a bitch fit.
Mm.
Is that true or not?
It's like when Pogba recorded
That is
the league.
true.
Look
I
at
think
when
it's also-
look at when
also-
Sir Alex Ferguson. Look at when Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge. Do you remember that incident that happened with David Beckham?
Yeah, the boot. Yeah.
Good. That was Fergie telling him, "Listen to me, I'm the boss here, not you."
No
Yeah,
player
but,
bigger than the club.
but also the
Yeah, but
managers.
the times have changed, man. Times have changed. These players are privileged, and then for them, it's their right to stand their ground and to play, even though they're crap.
Look,
But
no,
you know what it is?
If
When
Fergie
Fergie left,
look, no player is bigger than a club. Don't care who it is.
when Fergie left, when Fergie was in charge, he knew everyone's names from even like the canteens. Like he had a structure, Fergie. When he left, that structure just went up in flames. The asylum, you know what I mean? Everyone's just running wild, basically. There hasn't been a structure there ever since Fergie left. Every year, these new players, look at 2014 when they signed Bastian Schweinsteiger. What difference is signing Bastian Schweinsteiger than if you were to buy a Rabiot now? Like, it's always been happening every year. They just don't have people with football knowledge, real football knowledge. Knowledge that you can say, we
so they
know this
don't have
player,
any-
And he
by
was
these
supposed, and
off
he's
the
supposed to
coup
be a
players that
Liverpool
aren't
fan,
really that reputable, but
and
they
he
can be
knows
great signings.
United. He knows United
So
history.
my question now is to United fans like Sadr and Ali, is that do you think you need a director of football now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously we need the
no.
last.
At this point, I think we just need new owners because
You
knowing
know
the
it.
Glazers,
You're
We're gonna let it go,
Glazers,
man.
you're
Let it go,
waffling.
bro.
in that
Let it
position.
go.
You're
Your
waffling.
biggest
I
problem,
reckon
Your club-
that they will hire Ed Woodward again to be in that position.
your club's biggest problem is fans like you. You're delusional. You got always excuses for someone else. You never take responsibility. Say tomorrow, if your
What do our
owners-
fans do? Are we
No,
paying
no,
on the
no, 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 no.
Are
I
we
said
paying
you.
tip? Are we in the
Fans like
training
you-
ground?
Be
Are
quick,
we
a minute and a
talking
half.
social
Minute and a
media?
half.
on.
Be quick.
Hang on.
What
hang
we
on.
done? We're trying to support
Hang
us.
on.
We want the best
Hang
for our
on.
No,
club.
but
Hang
in
on.
Ali's
Fans like you are delusional because if tomorrow the owners do so and it still doesn't work out, who are you gonna blame then? You
no,
always
but
got an
look,
excuse.
when Chelsea sold their club, the new owner said straight away, we're gonna spend. So if they did sell, I guarantee you that the
No,
next owner will
but
spend.
the only
just like
difference there was, I tell you the difference what there was. One of the conditions that Abramovich had for selling the club, he goes, whichever that comes in, he's going to spend money.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the next 10 years, the new owner can't take any profits.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yes, that was a condition.
All right, you're 45 seconds.
That's that Osman for 68 million. So they need to make some of that money back from that big signing that they had from that striker from Lille.
So I just want to get some facts and figures in because before we cut off, I said about delusional fans like Ali. So here are some facts and figures I want to get across to some of you guys. Because what my biggest concern is this: players like Martinelli, players like Varane, even Maguire, or whatever, whoever they buy, it costs money, regardless whether the as a business may not have to pay from somewhere and they buy players. And I think sometimes as fans, you guys forget you've bought players. You understand? So here's some figures here, argument's sake. Your club is worth and this is on dollars, it makes it easier. So $4.6 billion is what your club's valued. The controlling stake, which is 68% now, I believe, is Glazer family. Now, interestingly, I don't know if any of you knew this, but 13% of the club, right? If I can get this up here, 13% of the club is in debt. Okay, that's the debt level of Man United. 13%. Okay. Now, match day revenue per year is 59 million. Okay, broadcasting 2.1 billion, commercial 1.6 billion. So you're making money right now. Okay.
That's probably the highest in the world as well.
Yeah, exactly. Now here's a valuation breakdown. Match day, again, it says broadcasting, etc., etc. Now the brand itself. Now this is the key. Now this is where I agree in one sense with what Ali is saying, and most Man United fans are saying about the transfer policy. 700, if I can get this up, 784 million is what your club as a brand is worth. Okay, that's the key to why the Glazers are doing what they're doing. All right, and you lot don't sometimes appreciate that situation here.
Yeah,
And then also,
but the
Go
fans
on.
want
No, but-
titles. They want wins. They want titles.
Exactly.
yeah, I get that. But unfortunately, business is what's paying for your situation now. So where do you find a balance? Argument's sake,
No,
come
but
to a value team, the team viewers, sorry, they're your sponsor from this. You have a as you can see, they will not be extended beyond 2026. They're even considering to pulling out because of your poor performances, right? They're considering pulling out your shares. That's still bringing it down to 16% even after selling, which I believe is I think about 132 million it was. Okay. Now here's the key here. Now I want you to understand this. The Glazers said we have previously engaged with the Manchester United supporters trust on fan share ownership, and we want to continue to accelerate those discussions together with provisions to enhance associated fan consultations. Now, bear in mind now, you had a rough figure of what the club's worth, what they're generating, how much they've also sold, what the club is also trying to do, the owners want to do to get you the fan association involved. How can you still sit there and say the owners are to be blamed?
Well, can I say the Super League? The Super League was happening,
I got this.
and the fans didn't like the Super League, and they said, and then they wanted to give back to the fans, saying, "Yeah, we're
So-
going to listen."
so-
because
So all
they
that
were
from May
saying
onwards this year. Roughly from May onwards this year.
Yeah, May onwards, but they said that last year and the year before that.
Yeah.
Since the Super League, and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened.
They
Right.
always say it. I agree with Ali.
Nothing's
They
happened.
always say
Yeah,
it.
and then you're saying that all our money's come from sponsors. Fair enough, this all comes from sponsors, but we shouldn't be run like a business. We should be run like a football club that should be winning trophies on the pitch. That's how we should make our money. You get money for winning Premier League, you get about 200 million from that.
Yeah.
That alone pays for more than half of our sponsors.
Yeah, but without the money from sponsorship, how you can buy better players? Example, how did you put 80 million out your asses by not winning trophies? Because of your sponsorship.
All that money because our owners are not pumping money into the club. Our money just take the money out of the club.
And you have to buy the right players. The manager didn't decide.
You're not even recognizing half the points you're making here. You're saying, why should, in essence, 1 minute you're saying, why should we rely on sponsorship when really we should have the players to win to make us get more money? That doesn't make sense. You've not won a trophy for God knows how many years. So that means you've not got money from winning trophies. Okay.
In 5 years.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Hang on. So now, 5 years on, you're having to make money to buy players to be sponsorship. And to maintain that sponsorship, your owners have to do deals so that you can have ship players that you've got already to be more ship.
But why though? Because the owners should be investing the money into the club. If they love the club, they should be investing the money. We shouldn't be relying on other sponsors to get the money in. No club's relying on other sponsors for their money. They're relying on their owners to invest.
Then the players that are playing your shirt, the people who put your shirt on, need to wake up and say,
Okay.
We'll do better.
The players that we've got
you can't blame that on the owners. That's bullshit.
Yeah, we can because who employs them? Who bought those players? Who bought those players and who employs them?
Bear in mind, the manager didn't decide
the
on
recruitment
United
at the club. Who hires the recruitment of the club? The Glazers. If there's a problem, and like
I
said, our CEO said there's £1 billion we spent, and I can't see it.
When Mourinho was in charge, he wasn't in charge of the transfers. He couldn't control what players he could bring in.
In the end, who chooses the team? The manager does. In the end, who takes the butt? The manager does.
I don't believe that.
At United, the manager doesn't pick the players.
I don't think they pick the team. You're telling me Maguire every time, day in day out, starting the game, even though he plays shit. Rashford, day in day out for the past year and a half, he gets to play every time, start ahead.
That's what the manager has to deal with. That's what he's got.
No, but he don't have to. He's got youth players there. Why does he keep picking the same shit
Your
players
youth
every
players
time?
are not good enough. You should have yourself yesterday. in
But
the
why are
last
we not good
episode.
enough? Who bought those players? Why are we recruiting really bad? Why are we spending money on shit players?
And
Why are
that's
we
on the
paying
back
this
crew
much
staff.
money?
That's
So
on the
much
back
money
crew
on shit
staff.
players.
Your
The
your
head
There's no
youth
coach does
scouting
not
system,
sign
department
these
there.
players.
There's no one
your
there.
your youth system is not down to the Glazers. It's down to your scouting network. Okay.
Yeah, but our youth
Not
system's
just
Your
fine.
that.
Our youth
your
We need
system's
to
fine.
go
talent.
back
It's
to
the players that
football.
we're buying. Our youth system is fine. No one's saying our youth system is bad. Look at we got Zidane Iqbal coming through. We got
Yeah, he's a
Garner
great
coming
player.
through. We got who's the other one? Savage. He's coming through. We
But
got all
why
these
you guys
players.
why you
Yeah,
guys trying to get rid of James
we can be
Garner?
playing these players instead of
You're
McFred.
you're now suddenly seeing a lot more players than yesterday. Yesterday you said only Gardner is the only asset you got other than your first team players. So you're obviously changing
Because he's
tone.
21. The
This is
other
my
two are
point. You're a
19.
hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You change your goalpost yourself. Hence why I say fans
No.
like you
No,
are
because
you're a hooligan fan. You're not a proper fan.
no. People are interested in buying Ghana. No one's interested in buying Iqbal and all these lot. Ghana's the only one. That's why you're not considering selling him, because we actually got interest in a player that we know.
Yeah,
that
he's
we're
an
not gonna use.
asset, innit? You have assets. You
Exactly.
need to
He's
sell
the
an
only player
asset.
that's got value in our team. No other players in our team have value. No one's
Yeah.
going to meet the expectation.
So how can listen? How can look? You're mentioning on one hand these are good players. Then you also he's the only one asset. This is my point. Make your mind where your goalpost is. That's the biggest issue right now among you fans. You can't even come to a consensus to say where is the actual problem.
The problem is the starting
like
11 that
you
we
said,
have. The
you
problem is the starting
represent
11 that we have. It's the same starting 11 that's the exact same as last year.
yeah.
You
So-
have
so
to
you-
improve
Martinez,
every
that's
year.
it. And
So-
You have
Eriksen.
to.
So the problem
You're
is
telling me
you,
that you tell me this is a new United.
City
a
every
new
year they
team.
always sign
no,
new
I never
players.
said that.
No, but
You're
I'm saying that's what United are saying, isn't it? The CEO. That's what they're saying. But what I'm saying is, why are we still getting picked the same players when we got other players there that proven in pre-season that they're better?
because clearly the manager feels that is your best team. What part of that are you not even understand?
No, but it isn't though, because you can clearly see, even a blind guy can see Maguire's
What
shit.
do you mean there isn't? Are you trained to be a manager? You're not.
Yeah,
No,
but
but okay.
I know.
But I'm
In my-
very
in-
sure
in-
that
in my just
everyone
defense,
in the whole world knows
you got-
Maguire's rubbish.
You got a perspective.
Everyone
I
can see
get that.
day and day.
No, they can't. You can't see it. You have a
No.
perspective which is one-sided and blinded. You're acting as though you're the only. You represent all United fans. Remember, there are 4 other United, including you. There are 4 other United fans. You're not giving them proper chance to speak even. Hence why I'm criticizing you more. Hence I'm calling you a hooligan. Because you think you're going to shout down the bloody phone and be like, yeah, this is the view. It's not the view. You represent a small minority that thinks you are the majority. You're not. You are the very, you know what, Glazers are the majority.
Okay, so if I'm the minority, then why is everyone saying Glazers out all over social media? You tell me that
That's the
now. If I'm in the
problem.
minority,
Everyone isn't in one respect.
most of them are. If you
The
look at it,
Glazers have the final say on who
everyone's
controls
Glazers
the
out.
backroom staff.
Listen.
Okay. Well, one second. Ahmed, Muzzy, Safdar. You 3 are also United fans. Ahmed, what have you got to say on what you just heard?
Well, obviously, I won't glaze out, but with the team selection, even with Ranić and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, always Maguire's been picked, always, no matter what. And obviously, with Fred and McTominay as well, they've always been picked as well. That 3 triangles there has never been changed. I don't know why that's the same trio been picked for all those managers. It's got something to do with their contracts. Has to be, because I agree with Ali saying that. Obviously,
Maguire's the captain. You can't bench
I don't know why he's captain, but Glazers obviously they picked the transfers. Obviously, when Ranić picked up some transfers they need to sign, Glazers didn't want any part of that. They didn't even look at the players that he suggested. Look who they signed.
And if I'm not wrong here, Ranić said to the Glazers, you need to sell Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, and was it Rashford?
But the problem is they can't say Maguire. Do you know why? Because there's a rule in play. You have to have X amount of English players. That's the problem. That's why they can't sell them. Sometimes
but-
people don't realize they buy players who are shit. I get that, and that's why Ramsaka is one of them. But the reason they bought them because they got a quota to fill out as well. You can't have a bunch of youth players replacing them who aren't actually good enough. There has to be recognition for that.
No, but
And you're
what
just
I'm
gonna
saying
throw the
is-
young
what
kids
I'm
under the
saying,
bus
we-
anyways. If the young
but-
kids do bad, then Ellie, you might be like, oh, these young kids are, you know what I mean? We should
You know
have
what I mean?
yeah, but these young kids are better than what we got right now. That's
No,
what
No,
I'm
they're
saying.
not. No,
They
they're
are.
not.
They are. They
They're not
proved it in
starting.
pre-season. They proved it in
And-
pre-season that they're good.
James
Lewis-
Garner is the
all
only
they
guy
gotta
that
do
can
is
have a
give him a
first team.
chance,
Everyone
and
else
Lewis-
is not first team.
No,
Lewis-
that
yeah.
Argentinian winger, he's another good one.
Who's that?
Leicester, exactly. And what I'm saying
Louis-
is Maguire gets picked
Leicester?
every time. And we've got our 4 centre-backs in that position. Varane,
Yeah,
Jones,
Argentinian
Bailly,
international.
Lindelof. 4 players behind Maguire. And you're telling me none of these 4 players are good enough to go overtake Maguire.
Okay,
Fair
Mad,
enough,
Mad,
last
I'm,
season-
I'm a bit confused. What is your view on Maguire? Is he a shit player?
Yeah, I think he's a donkey. I agree, he's a donkey player. I accept that. At the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say these youth players are better than him. That's nonsense as well. That's like saying Ronaldo, he's past his prime, he's past his ability to play in Premiership. That's
No,
not the
but-
case. A certain
You
amount
know,
of
No, but
players
for the centre-back
Really?
position, you got Varane and Martinez there that are better than him.
Yeah, but you're playing you play free at the back, don't you? You play free at the back, don't
No,
you? Or is it
No,
one
we play
back?
4.
We
Play
don't
4.
play
Right.
We've got
So
2
even
centre-backs.
then, you still got space from the manager's point of view to play the 4, including Maguire. My point is this: there's some accountability. You have to say, example now, and again, it could be a contract. Let's be open as well. Fine. At the same time, you have to recognize manager has to take the hit for the selection.
Loads of goals.
The manager treats these people. Yeah, but again, you then can't say it's the owner's fault or the people up board.
How much?
Sometimes the frustration we anger at the wrong people.
No,
and like
but
I said,
How much was?
You know,
Eighty mil.
why is he always getting
that
hit?
was-
you know
That
Harry
was
Maguire,
rubbish.
Harry Maguire, when he joined United in August 2019, I think it was. Do you know how long his contract was for? 7 years.
That's what
Maguire.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
7
every
years
contract.
contract.
Yeah,
And
contract.
he's on 190 grand a week.
That's a bad contract. That's
And
a-
and what's funny, last season under Ollie, when Maguire got injured, Lindelof and Varane were playing good. As soon as Maguire was fit, he's put him back in.
because he's not big.
Because
he's chubby. He's small.
Because
he doesn't have the
Lindelof house
pace.
got broken into, and that's why he was pulled from one game. Maguire came back in, and ever since then
Maguire
he
would be
stayed
good
back
in
in.
this area.
what
But what I'm
I
saying
don't-
is, we've got players better than him in that position, but
But this
Maguire
is
still
the
gets picked.
what I don't understand is this now, right? Under Louis van Gaal, he had to play 54 different players because of the injury crisis hit. In that time, you lot uncovered so many gems, okay? So many gems that those players have helped United save so much money because they came through the ranks. Some are gone for free, some are looking to be sold on as well, and some have been sold. The problem that I find with your new manager is he has a history of bringing young players through, right? And he's done that. He's done that well with Ajax. The problem is he's not a stupid manager where if he can't see the talent, he's not gonna say, "I'm gonna bring you through." He knows if I see a talent, I will bring them through, and this is the problem. I agree, Maguire is crap. He's not worthy of being the captain. I even said yesterday he should be playing for England, even though he plays better for England. But your manager knows our team and the youth level is not good enough to still take on the responsibility of first team football. So again, your players in the first team need to buckle up their ideas, absorb the fact that they're out United, recognize that it's a big club, they need to play like big players. and take the money. And the way they take the money, they need to take the responsibility of saying it's not the manager's fault, it's not the owner's fault, it's our fault. We are to blame.
Yeah,
like
but
they did.
Isn't that
I
why
understand
United
that
are
point,
signing
but
high reputation players? Because
no,
remember
but
when
it's
they signed Depay, they signed Zaha. They were young players with potential, but
yeah,
Zaha,
but who was in
Zaha,
control of his transfers? Who was in control of his transfers?
no, Zaha was different. Zaha got unlucky because
no. But I guess what I'm trying to
He-
say
he was
is
banging
that's
man
why
with his
United
daughter,
are
bro. That's
buying
what
Hang on
it
a
was.
players
second.
with high
That's what it
Hang on a
was.
reputation.
second. Hang on
They
a
can't trust
second.
youth. They can't trust
Let me,
youth.
let me, this is the thing. Depay, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Zaha and there for Zaha again as well. Weren't they bought by Fergie?
Zaha was just
That-
Zaha.
The
Yeah?
heart was. The heart
Zaha
was.
yeah? What about Depay? Is it Depay you
The
said?
Depay was
Depay was
like
bought
doing
by,
that.
Zaha
yeah,
never
man.
played under
He
Ferguson.
bought by,
Zaha went back on loan.
manager.
So one at a time. Who bought who? Which manager?
Dutch manager bought him. Dutch
Van
manager.
Hal bought the pie.
Okay, take it.
That's-
But
Fergie
Zaha.
bought Zaha, but Zaha went back on loan on Fergie's last
Okay.
season.
Okay, fine. My point is this. And again, I keep mentioning this as well. When a good time happened, no one complained about the owners. No one complained about transfer policy. Why? Because you're winning. It covered up the cracks.
No, people were still complaining.
No, you know what the issue is? You know what the issue is?
Yeah, it was.
United had Giggs,
People
they
was
had
complaining.
Scholes, they had Neville,
Second, we had
they had
personalities
all
on the
these
pitch.
long-term
We had
players.
Fergie there. We
How
had
do you
them on lock.
replace that? How do you replace Giggs? How do you replace Ferdinand? How do you replace Neville?
This
How
is
do
the
you
thing.
replace?
The thing when Man United came fourth under Fergie, which man had the
What was it?
audacity to even think that Fergie should now step down. Do you
Because
not
the
remember
squad's
that?
there though. The squad
No,
is
but
shit.
do United fans remember that? Do they recognize that? This is my point. United fans have got such a high expectation of their club, right? That now it's falling from grace. You are now the Liverpool of the 90s. Individually, you got good players.
Yeah, since Fergie left.
Liverpool spent 20 years, I think it was, okay? Over 20 years, all right? They suffered for 20 years.
Now,
Now
but they
they're
won
back on
Champions
top.
Leagues, they won FA Cups,
Listen,
they had the
listen,
treble in
Steven
2001.
Gerrard,
United
Steven
are just
Gerrard,
doing nothing.
Steven Gerrard himself, was it Steven Gerrard? Steven Gerrard. I
No,
think
but
Steven Gerrard said it. He feels winning the Premiership is the thing that hurts him the most.
Yeah,
They're not
Well,
winning
yeah,
it.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's his fault for slipping, isn't it? What can we do? But
No. Even
life.
before that, he's won 2 Champions League, I think, as well. I think won 2
One.
Champions League.
One.
Or one final thing as well. Yeah. The point is this: Champions League. That's the highest club tournament in the world. Championship isn't in that sense, but he still felt that's the one thing that he missed in his career that he actually would have had. Okay. Why am I saying that? Because from a Liverpool fan point of view, that's the one thing as a club, as a local as fans, that's the one thing they crave to recognize their greatness. United are now starting to realize they are no longer great; they're just standard, and it's hard. It's so hard for you.
But why is that though? Why is that though? Well, why are we in this level now? Because of the recruitment.
Unfortunately, you don't have continuity. No, you don't have continuity. It's simple as that. Arsenal,
it's the recruitment.
No, it's not. It's continuity. Recruitment. All right. If you want to play that game, then the only person to blame is Ed Woodward. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Okay. Well, what about this summer? Who's it to blame this summer? The new CEO, isn't it?
It's called a legacy, mate. It's called a legacy.
No, but Marjad,
Yeah.
you know, you spoke about Steven Gerrard having regrets.
Yeah.
But look at these new players. You know, when they lose, they're hugging each other. They're swapping jerseys, saying, "Yeah, what you doing?" You know what I mean? Like they don't care.
There's no passion.
Don't have the passion.
These players, they don't love this club. They're here for a paycheck. That's what it is.
I'm talking about fans recognizing where the accountability needs to also lie. You lot are gone somewhere else. Yeah.
No, but the United fan base are talking to Glazers. That's where
Can
I
I-
think
Can
we
I-
all
can I-
blame the
can I-
Glazers.
Can I say something?
Again, you're coming to the same thing, man.
Do not the players also have any accountability? Because are they not also to blame?
They are
That's
to
what
blame,
I'm-
but
That's
they
what
are
I'm
to
trying to
blame.
say.
But have you seen in any recent interviews for the past 3 years, any of them say that it was my fault, except from Dabda here last week? But Maguire should be doing that. He's the captain. He should be representing that team. Why is he not coming stepping forward and saying, look, I apologize, this is our mistake? No. All they do is, we gave it all our all. We're sorry for the fans. You know, we'll try again next week. What was this crap?
There's a video
At
on
least
YouTube.
De Gea had the
There's a
balls
video
to
on
say, yeah,
YouTube
look, it was
of
my fault.
when you're in.
I made mistakes and we lost because of that. Maguire should be coming out
Yeah.
and stepping out for he should be representing that dressing room, but he's
Yeah.
not.
There's a video on
won't.
YouTube where De Gea and Maguire are in the tunnel, and you know when you have to switch sides, Maguire wasn't
Yeah,
even.
Maguire was on the
De
away
Gea
side.
had to tell him. So it's like you can't even get the basics. What is this?
Well, obviously that just shows how the state of your club then as a result.
I mean,
That's
apart
what
from
I'm saying,
okay,
and it all lies down to the hierarchy.
Okay,
It's the people
yeah,
who
I
run
know,
it.
but let's come down to the players. So you're saying it's only Maguire's fault?
Not just Maguire's fault.
Who else?
He thinks the chairman's fault as the chairman.
Rashford, he
If
should be.
Maguire played for Chelsea, Liverpool, and City,
Rashford.
he would be sold. He would be gone.
Rashford for the past year and a half. What's he done? Almost 2 years now. What's he done? Nothing.
He's
Since
been
that
injured.
Paris game in the Champions
He's been
League,
injured. He's
since
been injured.
then,
All right,
yeah,
listen.
but every player
I'll tell
gets
you this,
injured
I'll tell
and
you
every player
this,
gets
I'll tell
up. Look at Salah. He had a shoulder in the Champions League final. Look what happened. He
Hang on,
become a
again.
bomb machine.
All right, then if that's the case, then Van Dijk at the time he was the best player in the world. Okay, I don't know how, but he was. He got injured. He can't run again properly.
No,
Yeah,
but he's still one of the top defenders.
yeah, but
he's-
exactly. He's still considered the top defender in the world, right?
Exactly.
But
So why isn't Rashford?
You can still you can
So
still
you're telling
tell
me Rashford one of the best players in the world.
Rashford was never the best in his.
Okay, so what's the difference between Martial and Rashford then? Because they both got injury records, they're both same age, they both came at the same time, and what have they done for this club? What have they done?
Okay, Rashford again because injuries, he's going to be overlooked by managers. So the way I look at it is those players haven't been given a chance. You understand? Matthias Dempsey, he's a perfect example of that. He's a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player before United and after. For whatever reason, comes to United, he just faltered. For whatever reason.
No,
Yeah,
but with the pie, he
Depay
only
had
had
attitude
a season and a half. Rashford's had 6 seasons, 7 seasons now. So has Martial.
Yeah,
These
but
guys
this
had
is
time
the
to
thing,
prove
though.
themselves.
The pipe before United, after United, he's proven his worth. For whatever reason, for that time frame at United, it just didn't work for him.
It's just a
No,
partnership.
no,
I don't think
what happened was
What
This
plus
is
can you say
bullshit.
this though?
no, because
If you look at Nani when he was a winger for United, what player is better than Nani? My point being is that these players can't fill the shoes that the previous players had.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But there's down to the fans to recognise that, rather than just blaming it's the board's fault. They done this, they done that.
But it is the board's fault because they're the ones who brought these players in.
Mourinho never signed Fred for 50 million. That was not on Mourinho's watch.
Yeah, that was a Mourinho. That was
The pie got sold by Mourinho. The pie got sold by
You can't blame the manager. What can a manager do? He's lost 50 million just like that.
Yeah, Mourinho didn't want him.
Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question.
The only ones played
Zlatan.
Ronaldo,
with a
Sancho
good deal.
for shirt sales. That's it.
Okay. No. Don't crop the answer. There's a very simple answer.
Of the
Who do you
season.
feel? No. Hang on. Let me get the question now properly. I'll get you again. Who has the Glazers bought that you, the hooligan, Ali, you're the hooligan fan here, and you're saying Glazers are to blame. Who do you feel then the Glazers bought under their management, under their rule, was a good signing?
Are you talking from since Fergie era, or are you talking since Fergie retired? Because since Fergie retired,
Under the whole ownership, since 2005.
You
There's
could say
loads
of
Bruno
players.
Fernandez was a good
No,
signing.
no,
But there's loads of players. But
guys,
we're talking about.
let him answer. Let him answer because he seems to keep saying it's the owner's fault. I want to understand now.
Is it,
I want
okay,
to
I get Ali's frustration.
okay,
I get
listen.
Ali's frustration
Okay,
I
as
want to
well.
listen.
understand. I want
Listen,
clarity.
yeah,
I
listen.
want clarity.
Since
Let me
2005,
ask you this. Since 2005, which is when the Glazers took over, okay, you tell me then who they bought that you felt was a good signing.
Zlatan.
No, let Ali answer because he's the one that's saying
Oh, right, go on.
buy, they don't buy, they don't buy. They've been spending it. You
no.
tell me
Okay,
now
listen.
who
Okay,
they
so
bought was
so
good.
so when Glazers came in from 2005 to 2013, Fergie had it unlocked. But since Fergie left, since that
Answer
figure
the
has
question.
left,
Answer the question. Who do you feel they bought that was good signings?
Ronaldo. Ronaldo is simple. And he came in about
No. What? Ronaldo got bought 2003.
okay, no Ronaldo. Since then, no one's been good.
No, but Ronaldo was bought 2003. He
Okay,
wasn't
hang
bought
on,
next
hang
season.
on.
Persie,
I'm talking
Van
about since the
Persie was
Glazers,
a
innit?
great
He just
signing.
said, he just said, hang on a second, this is my point now. This is why I call him a hooligan.
Put that
He
on
just
YouTube
said it.
Shorts. Put that on
He
YouTube
just-
Shorts. What he just
He
said.
just
I
said
will.
it.
I will.
He just said no one. This is my point.
Ronaldo,
He's-
2003.
He's a delusional person who doesn't understand what's going on in his own club.
Ronaldo,
He
2003.
He doesn't recognize where even good is happening in the club, let alone the very bad. This is why he has no right to talk right now. Hence why he's a hooligan. That's what hooligans do. They fight without realizing the cause.
Wait, so no. I don't know.
Done. I'm
Ask Ali this
proving
question then. No. The question that Ali needs to ask.
Okay, but
What are the
now
three
you
main
ask your own
problems? What are
question.
the three key things that United need to do? That should be a question for you guys to answer. What are the three key things that United need to do to get back to where they were?
Well, for one, Glazers out. Okay,
Except for
simple
that,
reason.
but no, because like Marge is saying, you need to give actual. You can't just be speaking from emotion. You need to give actual.
Okay, for football reason, Glazers out. They've been taking money out of the club. They shouldn't be doing that. So that's for one reason for them to be out. Richard Arnold and John Murter, our CEO and our director,
And
they
the
need to go
Godfather. Yeah.
because of their recruitment and the slacking of the club, and I reckon majority of that team needs to go.
So
Let
two
me-
things.
Okay. Listen.
I
Let me.
I
let me
think you
counter-
guys need to improve the stadium as well, man, and the facility.
Let me counter.
Yeah,
that.
but that's only to do with the owners, bro. So the owners not going to invest the money in the stadium.
The facility in
stadium-
the stadium is exactly the same it was back in 2004, man. There's not been any
Yeah,
changes
but
whatsoever.
whose fault was that? Whose fault was that?
It's their
Not our
fault.
fans'
But
fault. It's the owners' fault.
no players
The
don't
money
want to
they dig
play.
out, they could be reinvesting
They
that
got the
stadium.
same training facilities that the old 1988,
Bro,
99
forget that. The
United
women's
had.
don't even have a fucking facility, bro.
Exactly.
Every other
Where
club
did
has
you start
it, but
watching
the
the
women's
football
don't.
team?
This
One of
guy-
our ladies watching.
This guy's so delusional that under Fergie, the conditions were still the same since then. It worked for him, yet he still said no good signings when they came. I agree one thing. Definitely your recruitment has gone off. I accept. The team is not the standard it used to be. However, the key to both of them, he's still saying it's the owners, it's the owners. He can't even give a solution without mentioning the owners in it. That's his problem.
But there is no solution with the owners. These current owners, there's no solution. There is no
But
solution.
put
You
it this
tell me
way.
for the past.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm
Who
saying?
signed Fred?
For
Yo,
the
who
past
signed
10 years,
Fred?
or since they
Who signed
came,
up
what
on
is the
signing
solution
Fred?
be?
Who
What
signed
is the
up for
solution
signing
be?
Fred? Who signed it
Huh?
off? Who signed it off signing Fred? Who was in charge of that?
I think your best friend Ed Woodward. He's what he signed it off, bro.
So then that's my point. If you want, so what United need to do, they need to get football minds into that club. Right now,
yeah,
there's
but
yes men.
who's
Guys
got the
used to
power to
play
do
for the
that?
club.
Who's got the power to do that? Who has the power to do that?
You, the fans.
No,
You
we
the fans.
don't. Glazers are the ones who employ them. We fans employ these people.
No, that's a good
No.
point. That's a good
No.
point, though. That's a good point. That's a good point. He's right there. He's right there. The back
I'm not paying. I'm not paying Richard Arnold to sign all these crap players.
They have
And
a
John Murta
majority.
and Ed Woodward.
They have a
No.
majority. They have a majority stake. I accept that, which means they got more voting power. I accept that. But here's the problem: even if you lot took over tomorrow or even now, yeah, even you took over now, your team is not winning a title for the next 5 years, even.
Exactly.
Okay, this is the problem. You lot
Yeah,
are you're so delusional that you're not even able to recognize Even we do lose them tomorrow and we get someone better, it's still gonna take you fucking 5 years.
Yeah, but I'd rather take that 5 years than 15 years with the
I
Glazers.
accept that. I accept that, but this is the problem.
You see what I mean?
Part of that process of recognizing that is you're gonna find solutions. So now, I accept your recruitment is crap. I accept that your team is crap.
Okay.
At the same time, you need to also recognize there are things as fans you can do that can put more pressure, that can actually weaken their stakehold, which weakens their
Exactly.
ability.
Exactly. So
you agree with me then? You agree with me? You agree with me then? You the fans can do something then.
We can do a little bit, but also we can't buy the club outright.
That's the start. Fantastic. You're moving from a hooligan to a hopefully a living society.
But like I said,
but the fans can't do nothing.
Boycotting the game.
But that's what I understand. What can the fans do? What can the fans?
They can't do nothing. They're not in
They
that
can
position
do. They
where
can.
the fans are trying to buy the club.
They can, but the problem is.
But
they
it's hard
can't
to
do
do because
nothing.
our fans are separated.
These owners are sipping on some bourbon right now in their penthouses. They don't care about the fans, man.
So the problem is, right, and that's true, and he said the fans are separate because different fans are different things. We had 4 United fans, and I'll be honest with you, probably most of them would have similar views, but still have different ways of doing it in some respects. However, with United, the biggest thing you can do is not buy the tickets. But who does that hurt more? That hurts you directly. That's the problem. You have to be prepared for the short-term pain of being poor, for the long-term gain of getting them out. Not buy the season tickets and then boycott the match 60 minutes in. What are you talking about? You're still giving the money, that means.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't make sense. Don't buy their shirts. Don't buy the shirt. Because that's what pays. Because they're buying players, right, and I agree as well. From a branding global point of view, they're buying players so they can sell shirts. You as in the England then, don't buy the shirts then. But no, you're gonna buy a shirt because I want to support my team. Either accept supporting your team or accept we're not supporting by doing these boycott moves. Boycott means you do not spend your physical money. You can't say to me, I'm gonna boycott, but spend my money and then somehow show I don't want to use it.
But I don't think Ali's one of those who goes and buys a jersey every season, or he's one of those who goes buys a season ticket, or he goes to a match. So,
but that's why I said he's a minority thinking he's a majority. That's the problem. He's acting here as what I'm saying is what everyone's saying. What I'm thinking, everyone's thinking. They're not, because you're right. It's those fans who actually go to the stadium. It's those fans who actually buy the shirts. They have the fan power to say, F you, we're not doing it no more. Get lost.
But are they saying to the Glazers that we want you out? Are those fans saying it?
This is a problem. A lot of them are saying it, but again, they're not prepared to take those heavy steps which would hurt the club massively in the short term.
I think some of them are just saying it because they think that if we get rid of them, we can now have success. And it goes back to what Marge is saying. Even if you had new owners, the team is still going to be the same. You're still going to be unable to offload these type of players. What's going to change? So let's not just think about the owners. Let's look at other potential factors on why this club is. I think to say it's the owners, that just, you know what I mean? You can't just, a football club is much more than just the owner. And it's like what you were saying at the start about the players. You're talking about, should we give, like, the players need to also understand, like, these men are getting paid 250,000. They go home to their wives, to their kids, to their big houses. You know what I mean?
Look how many people got released in the contract. Yeah, I accept you're losing money if you can't sell them, but you can release them when the contract finishes.
Yeah,
that's the way of saying, actually, mate, you're crap. Get out of here. I don't want you.
Which we did. No? We got rid of Pogba, Matic, Mata,
Cavani,
Lingard.
But Cavani was good.
But to be honest with you, to be fair, Cavani was okay. He was scoring goals.
He was good.
Yeah, but problem
in the Europa League final, he was running.
Yeah, but problem was
on the defense. Like, he has the passion.
He wasn't starting, innit? That's a problem.
But that's not Cavani's fault.
I believe if Ronaldo wasn't bought, Cavani would have been a great leader for that team, and United would have done better.
And also, United were paying a lot of money for him per week, wages-wise. And I don't think United were going to offer him another year, especially if he's not going to play.
And that's the thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but listen,
Long.
whose fault? Yeah, but whose fault was that? That was not. That was Ollie's fault. And what's his name? But wasn't Cavani also injured? Then to the end of Ollie's
This
reign.
is until the end, but then second season he had a hit off. But they offered a 1-year contract, which they could have triggered another one, which they did, because they didn't really have any strikers backup because Martial was injured. The Greenwood situation happened. So that
Oh,
really
that's
messed
right.
up.
Yeah.
Also, if the Greenwood situation didn't happen, I didn't think they would have triggered the Cavani's second year contract, second year, the first another year extension. I think Greenwood is another player that he's messed up himself, personally. But
Ferguson
like I
spoke
said,
highly of him.
I think United, none of these fans were protesting about Glazers when Solskjaer finished second at United. The moment Ronaldo came in, big ego in that team, he expected to challenge the title, to get to the final of the Champions League. I think a lot of them pressure got to them. I think a big pressure got to them, and since then, I think there's been a lot of talking within the club. People saying this and that. And obviously, Ronaldo must be hearing about this, and I think Ronaldo probably wants out because he doesn't think this United team is going to challenge for the title.
And that's the problem, man.
They should have made him captain though. They should have made him the captain when he came. Who's
But
going
this
to
is the thing.
Maguire over Ronaldo?
But this
Who's
is the
going to look
thing
up to
that
Maguire over Ronaldo? Let's
No,
be
the thing
real,
is,
Isaac.
no, the thing
You
is,
can't bring Ronaldo in and say Maguire.
no,
You're still going to leave.
Listen.
That's
We didn't
just-
have to get Ronaldo. Man City played sly. Just because they got interested for United, they had to go for him because it would have been bestie.
No.
Personally, I didn't think Ronaldo would have gone to Man City anyway.
They
Really.
played them like Sanchez, man.
So I think it's just United did quite well under Solskjaer. They came second. None of the fans were saying Glazer out then. All of a sudden now we finished 5th or 6th last season.
You're forgetting there was no fans in the ground when we
It's
came
all
second.
the players. It's all the players. Because when
When we
Solskjaer
came
first came with the
second,
club,
when we came second, it was a fluke because Liverpool underperformed, Chelsea underperformed,
yeah,
City blew away in that title race, yeah, and Arsenal and Spurs didn't underperformed. All the top teams underperformed that except from City. That's the reason why we came second, and there was no pressure on the players from our fans because there was no fans in the grounds at all. So all it was just like a little training session. But now, fast forward the season,
put it
with
this
the
way.
wristbands, we're 7th. Adding
But this-
Ronaldo, adding Sancho, and adding Varane should have been adding quality to that team that finished second. We should be title contenders.
No,
If
but
that's
put
the
it
case,
this
we
way.
finished second and we added those 3 top of quality players. But what happened? We finished fucking 6th, was it?
But these
Well,
players,
listen,
no, but these players
we were top 4 in April. So whatever happened between April to the end of the season, obviously there must have been some bust up between the
No,
players.
but the thing is, our season was ruled out when Oli got sacked. Glazers said it. We're not going to spend in January when we should have spent in January. We're not going to spend in January. We're going to save the money for summer, and this is the summer. Where's that money?
What did you just say now? We had enough players to challenge the title. Now you're saying, oh, we didn't spend players in January. Make your mind up, innit? Either choose one or the other, innit?
No. I'm using off your topic. You saying we finished
Thank
second.
you.
That was a good season.
That's
So we added 3 players, quality players to that season.
Yeah.
And what
cool.
happened? We will get slapped apart. So Oli got sacked. We brought in Ralph Rangnick in. They said to them that we're not going to reinvest. Obviously, they've seen the team and what happened since August to October or November, whenever Oli got sacked, it imploded because the players they couldn't get along. They weren't working as a team.
But it's the players, man. It's the players. When Solskjaer
It's the players.
Pogba
But
did the
you need to buy the
interview.
right players in.
He's a fresher breath. He's
You
a
need to buy the
fresher
but
air.
you need to buy the right
that's
players
the
in. If you're not
thing.
buying the right
That's the
players in,
thing.
then
Under Mourinho, and let's be honest now, under Mourinho, when he came to United, you cannot deny, okay, that Mourinho in that time, despite what's happened, he was among the top managers in the world. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
He said taking Man United second was his best achievement.
Yeah. Okay. Now you cannot also
That's
say
true.
under Mourinho, you cannot say he wasn't backed either. Okay. All right. He did get players that he wanted. Okay, that he got.
He didn't.
Nope.
He did. No, he
Well,
didn't. He wanted Perisic.
I
He
feel
wanted
for
Perisic.
Mourinho.
The players
I
never-
feel for
they didn't get it.
Mourinho. He got screwed. The players
So-
threw him
Mourinho got
under a
screwed.
bus.
That's why, because I remember when he was going to see Edward, he thought he's gonna sign players. he's gonna approve for players. But instead, they get him the sack.
Here's the thing: the beginning of the end, when United lost that cup against there was this team, Pogba, due to bad timing, posted a video on Instagram. Mourinho spoke to him the next day. Mourinho said to him, "Why did you post that?" He said, "Pogba, I want you out of training." And he said, "What about Shaw and Pereira? They came with me as well." So these are professional grown men who can't even like. Why did Fergie get rid of Pogba in the first place? My point being is these players, no matter what magic comes, they're gonna throw them under the bus. When Solskjaer came in, Pogba did an interview. Yeah, he's a legend.
but
he's
you
gonna
can't
come
blame
help
Pogba
us.
now. You
What
can't blame
happened?
Pogba
You
now.
threw him under the bus.
Pogba's
He got
not here.
sacked.
Pogba's
Khalas.
not here.
You're gonna throw
Pogba's
Ragnick
not
under the
here,
bus.
and
You're
we're
gonna
gonna
throw
sack by
Ten Hag
Brentford.
under the bus. You're
We're
gonna throw
gonna sack by
everyone under
Brian.
the bus. Just these
Yeah,
players are.
but no, but you're just every journalist like Sky Sports. You don't want to blame the English players, but you want to blame the foreign players. Our
Nah,
foreign players are
everyone.
better players than
No,
our English
no,
players.
no, all of them.
And you're in front of us.
Okay,
Pogba's
cool,
not even here.
cool.
Okay,
Wait,
you can't blame
wait.
Pogba for this season.
Wait.
It's not
Pogba's
just
not even in the
Pogba.
squad.
My point being is every time a new manager comes, the players like, yeah, it's a new change, new ideas. 6 months later, boom, gone. Yeah, Ragnick's
Okay,
gonna stay
These
after the
players
week.
have got big
Got the Austria
egos.
job and he called
They've
it a night.
got big
I think
egos.
Tion
They
Ali.
know.
okay, listen,
They
Ali, what
know
did
they
Pogba
shouldn't
do?
be in this
Austria. Why is he gonna
position.
sit here in Manchester?
Ali, what did Pogba do?
He won a Europa League.
You had Ragnick
EFL
playing
Cup.
4-2-2-2
Huh?
in his debut game. Like
What
this
did he
is
do?
the
What did he
flipping
do?
Austrian league.
Oh, he finished. He got a second as well. Like
No,
you said,
no,
with
he
our
didn't.
Maguire
No, he
captain.
didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, we did.
single-handedly. No, he
We
didn't.
did.
Single-handedly, he didn't. He didn't.
Well, we got
Alright.
a second though with
No.
him in the team. Did we not? Did we not?
Okay,
Did we not win the Europa League
that was
with him?
mostly Mourinho and other players as well. Okay,
Yeah,
that's the
but
only
was
one
he
shit
not
he
part of
did.
the team?
After that,
Was
what
he
did he
not
do?
part of the team?
Nothing.
Was he not part of the team with that beat
There's
City
80
3-2,
million
coming
flop.
back from 2-0 down?
Flop.
Probably
It was
is
a
That
Was
flop.
he not part of that team?
Flop.
that
It was a
Mourinho
flop.
era, at least 25% of your 1 billion that was spent was done his time. Me personally, for you to spend $250 million on players, okay, and add on sign-on fees for about 300 million there, that's a big backing. The truth is, sometimes in life, as a manager, Mourinho's that kind of manager, he likes a challenge. Now, although you lot are saying he wasn't back, okay, cool. I beg to differ because he's the kind of manager that says, "You bring in the players, I'll get you results." Okay, and that's the same mentality that every manager has.
No, but he
You
demands
bring the
players. No, the
No,
difference
but
between
he demands
Mourinho
players.
and other managers, Mourinho wants players to play for his ideas, his philosophy. Players don't
he
vibe
brings
with
players
that
in.
anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not my
my
dad.
point is
Who
this.
are you for me to play for
So
you?
my point is this then, to get the second place, and you're right then, let's accept your viewpoint and accept that as well. For him to get second place, for him to win Europa League, and did he win League Cup as well?
Yeah.
For him to win League Cup, Europa League, and second
Yeah.
place, what, you think they were running around up in the local park? Of course they believe in his ideology. That's how they got there. So they did accept it then.
But then Zlatan left. I think Zlatan leaving next year was a bit.
But
No,
you know,
he didn't. No, he didn't leave. He signed a year extension and then he got that knee injury.
Yeah, I
And he
thought
was
if
out
he
for
did, it would have helped. I thought
yeah,
Zlatan, he brought the best out of some of these players.
No, but listen, but Rooney left after the first season of Mourinho. If you look back at that,
Yeah,
was
I
the
mean, who was
season.
Ray Rooney? Ray Rooney was done by 31, man.
Yeah,
No,
Rooney
but
was
it
done.
doesn't matter if
Rooney
he was
was done
done
by then.
though.
Yeah.
He had that back room. He's that dressing room figure that people look up to. Who do you look up to now?
Look at
in
what?
the dressing
Look at
room?
what? His haircut.
But put it this way,
he was done by.
you know what I think the biggest issue is?
No,
I think
but
Pep
his
Guardiola
accomplishments that he
Pep
won.
Guardiola coming into the EPL has put clubs like United in this situation because this is the standard you have to face. The club and Pep, they're setting the standards. Whenever has a team had 100 points in the Premier League? United can't compete with that, man. There's just a standard, and United aren't hitting that standard.
You're saying because Pep came in.
I agree with that.
You're saying because Pep came in, City will compete against us when back in 2012.
Yeah, and what did he do? 4 defenders, recruitment right, boom, Premier League titles. What do you lot do? 50 million Fred. Fuck. Oh my god. What is this?
Yeah, but whose fault was that? Whose fault was that?
Hey,
That manager's fault.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Actually,
It's your fault.
Why is it our fault?
It's your fault.
On the
You can't
same
find
note,
Cancelo. You can't find these type of players. Look at Brighton when you got Thrash. Brighton's got so many great
who's
players.
in charge of
bro. You can't
recruitment?
find these players.
Who's in charge of recruitment? John Mercer. Who's his boss? The CEO.
Yeah.
Richard Arnold. And who's his boss? The Glazers.
you keep going round in circles, mate. We're trying to get to a solution
These
here.
guys can't go to a football match and look at these players. Like they're doing that. You know what I mean? I just think that.
Yeah, but Man City are well run. they've got a scouting department. They've got the right people in the right position in that club.
And so are United,
up and
man.
down.
I don't know. I don't
No,
believe that.
they
I think
don't.
United
Okay,
have
if
just as
United
much
had that,
capabilities
why
as
are we
any
in
other
this
team.
position?
I just think
Why is there Glazers
just
out?
frauds
Why
at
are we
that
bottom
club.
of the league? Why are
Pretenders.
we bottom of the league for such well-run club?
Put it this
Why
way:
is that?
when you
No,
guys,
Why is there so much
when you
discontent
guys
in the
came
dressing room?
second, why couldn't you sign any players? When you guys came second,
We did sign players.
Yeah, we signed Varane, we signed Sancho.
Varane, Ronaldo, and Sancho.
Yeah.
but what did
We
they
signed
do?
those
What did
players.
they do? What did they do? What did they do? You signed Sanchez. What did he do? You signed Liverpool signed
He
Luis
didn't get
Diaz.
played. He didn't get
Liverpool
played, mate.
Liverpool signed Luis Diaz, and Luis Diaz is a shortlist for the Ballon d'Or. Is Sancho a shortlist?
Sancho is a flop.
No, but we're not talking about. We're not talking about
No,
that.
that's my point.
because-
You guys can buy all these lit players, but if they're not performing, then they're a flop. It's a failure. You want to be.
And the mad thing is,
I said at the start, out of 20 clubs, only one team can win the league. The rest is a bust for everyone, unless you're the small club. You want to get top 10.
the mad thing is, right? They buy players that they overbuy for, yeah, and then they don't even play them half the time, and then they're blaming the Glazers for that. Come on, man, what are you
Yeah,
talking
but
about?
you buy
No,
Sancho.
but-
Why was
Yeah,
Sancho
but who's
so
buying these
successful?
players?
He
Us
had
fans are not
wingers.
buying
He had
these players.
Haaland. He had
The managers
who's-
aren't buying these players.
Okay, so who brought?
Oh, so now it's the
brought-
manager. Now
So
it's the
who-
manager, not your bloody accountant, bloody executive.
No,
now.
I
You're
said the
confused.
managers are not buying them.
You're
The managers
confused.
are
You're
not
confused.
buying them.
So
We're
who
not
brought
buying
Sancho?
them.
You brought Sancho because I remember you was loving it when they signed Sancho.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, but it took us a year to sign him.
That's from the point. You was loving it. So are you not blaming those? You're blaming those people who are signing. Yet when it comes to Sancho, are you still blaming them?
I'm still blaming them.
So Sancho's
But
crap.
but
then,
what?
innit?
Sancho had a
No,
good
you
but with
forget it.
Sancho,
Allow
Sancho
it.
had a very good team in
No,
Dortmund.
but
You
with
asked-
Sancho,
you
you,
asked a
no, but
question.
with Sancho, you need to give him time because it's only
No, you
been here
can't
for
give
1
him
year.
time. You can't give him time. He
He's
doesn't
only
have
been in 1
skills.
year, mate.
He
He's only
doesn't
been in
Yeah,
1 year.
so
He doesn't
look at
have the
Diaz.
skills to
Look at
be
Diaz.
a game changer.
Look at Diaz. He's there 2-3
Yeah, but
games.
yeah,
He
but
scored more goals than Sancho did the
if
whole
you look
season.
at that City
Yeah.
team, they play as a team. And this
Sometimes.
United team, any player who we bring in, even if we bring Diaz into this club,
Something.
anyone.
You're United fan. Something.
Yeah.
In this day and age, which Premier League club has the time or tell its player, look, I'm going to give you the time? You're up against the best people, best clubs up there, top 5.
You tell me who gave him
Who
a
has the
7-year
time? Who
contract.
has the
That's
time?
enough time.
Have you got time to give Sancho the time?
No, you have to go
Manager?
quick, running within the first
You know what I
2-3
mean?
months.
Do you guys remember what Mourinho said about Rashford on Sky Sports? He said, "Yeah, Rashford is young, but he's had 3-4 years experience in the Premier League. Doesn't matter if he's young; he has got the experience."
Timo Werner, time after time, some Chelsea fans, give him time. It's the Premier League. How much more time are you going to give the guy?
Exactly. Give a year and a half, 2 years. Can hack it. Same with Lukaku.
And don't,
The
and don't
problem
forget,
is, leagues like the Bundesliga and League One are not the type of players you want to be saying that we need to go above and all to buy these guys because they're playing in leagues that have no competition.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
Bayern Munich Invitational. It's the Paris Saint-Germain Invitational. It's the Porto Benfica Invitational. You can't just buy these players because they're doing good at these shit leagues.
Okay, no.
They're gonna
Listen,
make a difference.
listen.
There's no Haaland
Cancelo,
in Sancho.
Cancelo came from Juventus, Italy. So
Yeah, that's no. I have great respect for the Serie A. I think you should be signing more players.
What's
Yeah, but
okay,
Yeah, but
Diaz.
he's a Jew, innit? Who Man City find, innit? Man City are they're finding jewels. What's the matter with United?
Ruben Diaz, before he signed for City, I already know 2 years before he wasn't being notched up by a big club. And look at City. Props for them for being the one to get that signing.
Yeah, but he came from Benfica. The
But
problem
I
is
already
we
knew.
can sign
People
these
already
gems,
knew.
yeah.
No, but people already
but the
knew 2
structure
years
of our
ago
club's
he
shit.
was going to be great. Why didn't United say, okay, Ruben Diaz, he can be the next type of Ferdinand, Vidic, that type of a player? Why can't they do that?
Because we spent £80 million on Maguire.
Then why are you guys buying Maguire? Do you know why Maguire was so good? Leicester play.
You tell me that.
Leicester play in a
Ed Woodward.
4-1-4-1
Speak to Ollie.
formation. They play in a 4-1-4-1 formation, meaning that defensive midfielder that's going to drop back will give Maguire the support. Maguire's defense in
Yeah, we got no support.
gave him a lot of help on defense. When you're United and you have to push the ball up, you can't be playing on the low block. You have to push the ball up. When Maguire's in a 2-man pairing, he's in no man's land. You put him in a 3-man pairing and you have him cover, you drop him deep. He could be effective. But at Leicester, he won the Fans Player of the Year. But I just think he had the right system for Leicester.
Hey, listen, the last 6 years, most of the transfers we've had has been all panic buys. Okay?
Basically.
At the beginning, when we played we wanted, all United had to do is offer 5-10 million more. All of a sudden, we
Yeah,
didn't get no players.
absolutely, 100%, 100%.
And then the last week comes, oh shit, we need Parabike. Oh, let's get Maguire. I guarantee you, if you wanted him from the beginning, it would have cost us 35 million tops, 40 million tops. Easily. Also, because it was the last week, United had anyone. Who do we get? Maguire, 80 million. You just panic buy. Now, also, you got Felix, 131. He's not worth 131.
Okay, we've got a last couple of minutes now to end this program now.
But it's just, you know what? It's just the Glazers going to stay. It's just all they care about is the money side of it. They know the Blizzard's making money every year. They don't care about the football. Like, do they really care? No. As long as money's coming in, they're happy.
Okay, so Safdar Ellie, as fans, where do you see United finishing? To end it off, where do you see them finishing right now in the Premier League?
Top six.
Relegation, bro.
Top
Relegation,
six.
bro.
Top six.
Relegation, bro.
Yo, Ali, go have your pizza with your mozzarella cheese.
Nah, bro. When it comes to the end of the season, yeah.
Top six. I'm telling you. Top six.
Top six.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna get top six for shit.
Top six.
We ain't gonna get top six.
I don't know about top
Can
six.
I just quickly ask you, as of you got the last 2 minutes left? I personally believe it's gonna be between relegation to top 15. You're saying top 6.
Yeah.
So with this current team right now,
yeah, top 6. Yeah.
I have no idea who you're thinking of who's going to come in and transfer. With this current team, you're saying top 6.
Yeah. Well, look at Chelsea. Chelsea won the league, but they were 13th next year. Then they might have to come back up. United.
Same thing happened to Arsenal last season. Yeah. They lost the first 3 games.
Yeah, but no. But that was COVID and injuries. You don't have COVID and injuries here.
No, but Arsenal had dead weight players as well, and Arteta managed to